What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we have another content creator highlight for you guys to see. Now, this battler has been an amazing content creator for the community, and a lot of my original Silph Arena players will know who this content creator is, and that is Purple Kyogre. So we want to give a huge shout out to Purple Kyogre. He is an amazing creator, comes up with amazing teams, and really likes to showcase how strong Pokemon can be in Go Battle League and in Silph Arena. So if you guys are not already subscribed to his channel, both on YouTube, Twitch, and his Twitter, be sure to go hit that follow button. You will be happy that you did. Trust me, he comes up with some amazing stuff and has amazing battles and really talks about why he wins or situations where he could have done better. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Again, his links to his content, both YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, will be down in the description and the comments, so be sure to go check him out. Be sure to subscribe. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, but Purple Kyogre, go ahead and take it away.
Hey everyone, what is going on? So I first wanted to thank my good friend ZyoniK for allowing me to be featured on his channel. For those that don't know, I do have a YouTube channel called Purple Kyogre, and I've also just started streaming on Twitch not too long ago. I'm sure ZyoniK will leave the links in the description down below, so much appreciated. Yeah, I've had a huge passion for Pokemon since it came out, since the beginning, Pokemon Red and Blue, right? And, you know, it hasn't changed all these years later. I love PvP. I've been doing content for PvP since before the Boulder Cup, even, and since the beginning, you know, since they launched the PvP on Pokemon Go. I absolutely love it, and I would love for all of you to join me on my Twitch as well as my YouTube channel. So again, huge shout out to my friend ZyoniK. It means so much to me, and I hope you enjoy some of these battles in the Ultra Premier Cup. I'll see you all soon. Have a good day, guys. Bye. Hey everyone, what is going on? So we are doing the Ultra Premier Cup today, and I'm so excited for this. I am using the team that Toshi posted on Twitter, and I think he used it on his Twitch account, I'm not too sure, but either way, it's Lapras, Venusaur, and Tangrowth, and I saw the team and I thought it looked pretty solid, so I decided to give it a try. So okay, let's start commentating these battles. I do have Lapras against Venusaur, and this is it's more or less a neutral matchup. Obviously, if you hit with the Frenzy Plant, it's going to do a lot of damage, possibly knock out the Lapras. If Lapras hits with Ice Beam, it's going to do a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and bait with the Surf, expecting the shield. I don't think he shields that. He does not shield that, so very beautiful call coming in from the opponent. So I'm going to go ahead and go for it again. So even though he didn't shield that, I believe I might be able to farm down. No, he does get to the Frenzy Plant, so I'm going to let this one go. So nice read on my opponent's end. If we went for the Ice Beam, we actually would have knocked out the Venusaur, but that's okay. So I bring in my Tangrowth. We're down a shield. We lost Switch. Not a good situation. He brings in his Empoleon. So I'm like, okay, well, Empoleon is actually going to be neutral to Grass Attack, so these Power Whips are going to do a lot of damage, and he does not shield it, so we only need 2 Power Whips to knock him out. However, because of the new update for Season 3, Empoleon gets Drill Peck now, so I was expecting it. However, he goes for the Hydro Cannon, so perhaps having a different move outside of Drill Peck, maybe Blizzard, maybe Flash Cannon, something that takes longer to get to. So, or, I don't know, I mean, it's not really a bluff because they both take 5 Vine Whips to get to, not 5 Vine Whips, 5 Waterfalls to get to, right? So, Hydro Cannon will not knock me out, and then he switches to Swampert, and that's actually beautiful for me because we have Venusaur. So, Venusaur will be able to take a Sludge Wave as well as an Earthquake, both being neutral, so I was feeling pretty comfortable at this point in time. He does go for a Charge Attack. I know full well, if it's a bait, obviously that's great. If it's not, then we can still take it. It happens to be a Hydro Cannon, so I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, I think I shield this. Yeah, I do shield this because I'm like, well, I could farm down now and then go for the Frenzy Plant. It happens to be the Earthquake, and we are going to farm down. Now I'll be able to go for the Frenzy Plant and knock out that Empoleon. So definitely a rough start, but we're actually able to pull it on out because he had 2 water types. Even though Empoleon is neutral and also does well against grass types if you have Drill Peck, we're actually able to win that one. So really well played to my opponent, but we're actually able to pull it on out. Beautiful call by them in the beginning though, not to shield that Surf. So we're going to jump into my next game. So it's going to be Lapras versus Lapras. Okay, so I could have stayed in. I decided to bail into Tangrowth immediately. Not necessarily, I mean, that's a questionable switch, right? Because he's going to be doing a lot of damage with his Ice Attacks. At the same time, I am doing a lot with Power Whips, so it's kind of like a questionable switch. I could have stayed in with Lapras, but I decided to switch. So Tangrowth is going to go for the Ancient Power. I do go for that right now. and he does not shield that, okay, as expected, so he is going to go ahead and get to the charge attack. I decided to let it go, hoping it's a frenzy plant. It actually happens to be the sludge bomb, so he does knock me out. So again, a bad start for us, but I am going to go ahead and shield this frenzy plant. I figured at this point I could farm down with Ice Shard, as we do right there, and we have a little bit of energy. In comes his own Lapras, of course, as expected. So he's going to go ahead and hit me with the charge attack. So I figure after we get hit with the charge attack, we could bail into Venusaur, so he's out of energy. So we do just that, we go into Venusaur, and he's actually not switching. Now this could be because he has something weak to Venusaur in the back, or it could be because his ice attacks are still doing a lot of damage to us, right? So, you know, obviously possibly the threat of Ice Beam is there. I decided to call the bait. It happens to be a Surf, so we do call that one correctly, so that's huge for us. I am going to go ahead and go for the Frenzy Plant right now. So let's see if we can take the final shield. If I had 2 shields, I wouldn't have called that bait. I would have shielded. So at this point, I decided to take the hit. I knew it was going to be another Surf at that point, and I knew I could take it. However, he does feint us with Ice Shard. So I bring in my Lapras, and I am going to go ahead and go for the Surf right now. So it all depends on what's in the back. I do go for the Surf. Obviously it's not going to do much. It's going to be another Swampert, so I'm like, well, I wish I had my Venusaur at this point. I was thinking it might be Swampert because he wasn't switching out, but I decided, I knew Lapras was still a pretty good answer to Swampert as well. So he is going to go ahead and go for his charge attack, and this is where I am going to use my final shield. Going to be that Earthquake. And we do get to that Ice Beam. I do go for Ice Beam right now, so I wasn't sure if this would knock out the Swampert. No, barely doesn't knock it out, but we could farm down with one more fast move. In comes Lapras, and now we're a lot healthier than he is, so there's no way his Lapras will be able to take out mine. So a lot of back and forth, but we're able to pull this one out. I am going to go ahead and go for my Surf. I mean, if he had Skull Bash and he managed to get to it, I think that would have been enough to knock out Lapras, but luckily for us, he doesn't, and he decides to leave that game. So really good game, a really tough one at that, but we're actually able to pull it on out. And I'm really liking this team by Toshi, by the way. Definitely go ahead and check out his Twitch. Totally recommend it, but we're going to go ahead and jump into another game. So let's see. Yeah, I'm really loving this Double Grass team. You know I love Caleb Pang's Double Grass team in the Great League. Loving this team as well. So we do have my next opponent, leading with Lapras versus Escavalier. So this is not good for us. Counter is going to be super effective, bailing into Tangrowth, which is generally my safe switch. So let's see. We actually do get to the Ancient Power. He does not switch out Escavalier. Escavalier does have access to Mega Horn, which does do a lot of damage. I do not shield this because I'm like, well, Mega Horn will do a lot, maybe even knock us out, but I knew Acid Spray was a possibility, so I decided to take it. And he actually brings in his Lapras. I also decided to take that hit because just in case he baited with Drill Run. And I'm like, well, this is not a great situation for us. We have to like call a bait throughout this game or something in order to really come back from it. So, okay, Lapras is in the playing field. I bring out my own Lapras. I don't want my Lapras to be really paired up with his Escavalier, not for too long at least, so I do bring in my Lapras. I decide to switch to catch the Surf, so we do successfully catch that Surf, so that's actually huge. Now, it is true that Escavalier does resist, or double resist, both of Venusaur's charge attacks, but because Venusaur is so strong and Escavalier is so squishy, it can't take many hits, right? It's still probably not going to be able to take this attack that well, so we are going to go ahead and try to get to the Frenzy Plant. He will get to a charge attack. I'm thinking Acid Spray. It happens to be a Drill Run, so nice play. However, we still get to that Frenzy Plant, so that's actually pretty big for us. Doesn't do that much, but you know, we get Escavalier low at least. Now, I still have 2 shields, kind of relying on Lapras. It all depends what's in the back, so we do go for that Surf right now. And it actually goes shielded. So at this point, I'm thinking he has something weak to Lapras in the back, so I'm definitely keeping my Lapras healthy. So I am going to go ahead and shield this. It possibly could be an Acid Spray, as it is. Nice Acid Spray. But it's going to be Gyarados. So Gyarados is going to be a tricky one. It is neutral to Ice Beam. It's also a really squishy Pokemon, so it can't take many hits. We're going to go for the Ice Beam, and I'm like, I didn't think I could get to another Ice Beam. I go for the Surf. I wasn't sure if this would knock it out, honestly, because Surf is resisted, but I think it just barely knocks it out, and we actually take that win with Lapras, so that's actually huge. And we're able to win. So even though 3 tough games at the moment, but we're actually able to pull them on out. Now again, this team is new for me, so I'm not sure if I'm necessarily playing it the best that I can be, but we're still learning it. Okay, Lapras versus Charizard. So obviously we don't want to bring in my grass types, so we're just going to keep in Lapras. I do want to make sure that he doesn't switch to try and catch a Surf, but luckily we do get off the Surf. Let's see if he decides to shield this one. No shield, so that does do a lot of damage. So now I know I can take this attack, even a Blast Burn. So I'm like, okay, Blast Burn me. He does. So it does do a lot of damage, but we're able to take it, and we're trying to farm down, able to successfully farm down that Charizard. Let's see what comes in. And she is going to bring in Obstagoon. So Obstagoon does have counter, a really common Pokemon in the Ultra League, probably really common in the Ultra Premier. So I am going to go for the Surf. We do get a shield, and I switch to Tangrowth. In comes Driftblim. Now, this actually isn't that bad because Rock Slide is super effective to Driftblim. Yes, Icy Wind is super effective to Tangrowth, but we know Obstagoon is in the back, and Venusaur can really handle Obstagoon. And I still have 2 shields, so I'm okay with letting this Icy Wind go through. It really doesn't, I mean, it does a decent amount, but we're still able to take it. And we do get to another one, so this is going to knock out Driftblim or take the final shield from them, and then we're going to have a 2 shield advantage. So that's exactly what happened. So we're actually in a good position, pretty comfortable position. So I let this go, and I'm like, okay, Tangrowth did what it had to do. I appreciate Tangrowth. Gonna bring in Lapras, and I'm like, even if they get to an Icy Wind to knock me out, that's fine. We could farm down with Venusaur, but we get to the Surf, and we're able to knock out the Driftblim, and Venusaur with 2 shields versus Obstagoon, definitely going to be able to win. No doubt about it. So we're able to win that game, and she does back out. So it's a really well played game, and good game to my opponent. So we have one more game. We did do 5 games in this set. I had a lot of success with this team, and I really enjoyed it. So again, huge thanks to my friend Toshi. I really appreciate it. So we're going to go ahead and lead with that Lapras versus Dragonite. So definitely a huge situation for us. So we know they're going to bail. Snorlax. Okay, so I saw the normal type. I switched into Tangrowth immediately. I was thinking it was probably Snorlax. It could have been Lickilicky. It could have been something else. But I was thinking Snorlax, and it happens to be Snorlax. So, you know, I guess it was debatable. Should I have went for the Ancient Power? I mean, I think it does a little bit less. It doesn't get Stab. But it takes less energy to get to, so maybe. But I want to make sure I win switch, so I do decide to shield this because I want my Lapras lined up with their Shadow Dragonite. So I am going to go ahead and go for the Ancient Power right now with Tangrowth. So right now I do go for it. Doesn't actually faint it, but we're able to farm down afterwards, so that's definitely huge. We have energy ready to go. In comes Dragonite. Gonna go for the Ancient Power. Now, I was not expecting the shield because they know I have Lapras, but they do decide to shield that. So I'm not going to switch because I don't want them to switch out to counter my Lapras, so I am going to go ahead and bring it in right now. Expecting the switch, but they actually go for a charge attack. I am going to take it. Going to be a Dragon Claw. And they do switch into Venusaur. I switch immediately into my Venusaur. And it's basically a mirror match at this point. We both have a shield. I have to make sure I do a lot of damage to them. Sludge Bomb going to hit me. Totally fine. I am going to go ahead and go for the Sludge Bomb. I didn't know if they would shield, so I didn't want to risk it. They actually do decide to shield, so nice shield. But anyway, yeah, just another race to Sludge Bomb. I think I take this, actually. Yeah, I'm like, I take this. I was thinking it would be a Frenzy Plant. It seemed too soon for Sludge Bomb, but it's actually not, so nice play. However, we're able to get to this Ice Beam, so the Ice Beam is going to knock out the Venusaur. And keep in mind, we still have a shield versus Shadow Dragonite, and that goes down so fast to Icy Wind, right? Or Ice Shot, excuse me. And we do think that Shadow Dragonite. So we actually do go ahead and pull that one out, going 5-0. Going 5-0, first Ultra Premier set with Toshi's team. I really do appreciate this team. What Pokemon do we get? It's going to be a Machop, so that's always nice to see. Machop is always nice. And our rating is going to be boosted. But anyway, that's going to be it for this one, guys. See you in the next video. Have a good day. Bye.
Those were some amazing battles. Awesome job there, Purple Kyogre. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for Purple Kyogre for sharing your battles with the community here. And again, if you guys are not following him, be sure to go do so. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you guys think about this format and what other content creators you guys would love to see here on the channel who do really great things for the community. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.